Hello, my summer people. This is Brian at Bitcoin Summer. I've had a weekend of R&R. I got out on the boat, dropped my line in the water, reset my head. My conviction is strong, but it's been a trying couple weeks doing the podcast to virtually no one, into the ether, putting a lot of time and energy into it. Don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely enjoying myself, and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. But it gets discouraging. And what I found out this weekend is I'm in this for the long haul. And you can come on board or stay at home. Either way, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to continue doing this because Bitcoin means so much to me that I don't want to be spending my time anywhere else, except for perhaps out on a boat fishing. And I did pretty well fishing. Caught some really good walleye. I'm happy about it. It's been about 3 years. It's something that I love. It's something that I enjoy doing. And I don't find time for it anymore. And there's a lot of millions of different good reasons for that. But another thing that I love, besides my family, besides fishing, is Bitcoin. And I'm not doing this for any other reason than that I feel that I must. And I'm going to continue bringing content week after week, whether anyone enjoys it or not. So, that being said, I got a full force behind me, and I'm going to ride with that. Cheers to everyone out there. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Whoever's listening, whoever's watching on YouTube, I want to thank all of you. This isn't a sob story. I'm not sad. I'm in a different place. I lost my producer. He's lost somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. And we recorded all of these episodes that you have heard thus far. We recorded them back in the beginning of June. And is now almost the middle of August. It's unbelievable. This is the new era now of Bitcoin Summer. And I'm not going to try anything completely different. It's still going to be the same concept of the show. Nothing's going to be wildly out of place. It's still going to be about investing. It's still going to be about Bitcoin. But I'm going to talk about exactly what I want to talk about. Here it is. Here's the new deal. I've been working, not that way. I've been filling notebook page after notebook page after page after page after page after notebook, sketching away at what I'm going to release out into the world. And at the end of the day, we're here to talk about Bitcoin. And we're here to talk about exciting things and moving on into the future with this amazing technology, this amazing protocol that, in my opinion, is going to save the world. And I'm so excited about that. And I want to talk about the things that I'm interested in talking about. And if that means we get a little bit off topic, then that's completely fine. And I don't have a partner to talk to anymore. So basically, I'm going to be blabbing into a microphone. So I'm going to continue these videos. But also, and I wanted to thank everyone again for watching the node setup video for Umbrel. I've had an amazing response for that. And those node Lightning Network videos, node setup videos, node channel videos, those will be coming down the pike. I'm working super hard on those, so I'm going to be concurrently working on a bunch of video content as well while I'm going to be doing these solo episodes. So I think what it's going to look like going forward here is definitely a podcast episode per week, and then going to work on the back end a little bit more on the video side of it too, and get a lot more videos out because those have been getting a lot of positive reviews. So the next one that I'm actually editing currently, and it should be out within a week or two, is Lightning Node channel setup and how you set your channels up, how you want to manage your channels. We're not going to go super complicated into it, but scratching the surface on setting up your first channels and routing channels through your Lightning node. And I'm loving the way that it's coming out. So, like I said, that's going to be about a week or two on the YouTube channel. And I wanted to share this with you all. This is just caught my eye. This is kind of crazy. This was out, just for context, this Twitter post. Let me get the date first and jump back into it. July 27th. So that was 12 days ago. Now, check out this order. This is 53 million, apparently by one person. 53 million in Bitcoin call options on July 27th in one foul swoop. Let's dive into this. I was looking at this then, and I just thought about it today, and I was like, I wonder how those calls went for whoever got them. For those of you who don't know how calls work, we're going to be doing I guess I can say now, I'm going to be doing an episode on calls and how they work. But let's just say these are huge time purchases. These are huge bets, and they're risky bets because if these expire below this strike price that you see here, if they expire below those on this date, they're worthless. You lose all that money. Whoever did this bet would have lost $53 million. So when I saw this, I was like, wow, somebody's either tuned into something or they're just wild. But usually when this big of money is placing this clear of bets, something's up. So it was on the radar of Bitcoin Twitter. And let's take a look at these expiration dates here. I mean, this is just wild to me. Let me pull this up. So let's start at the August 6th because we've passed that now. It's August 8th. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 August 6th. And those are all $42,000 calls. We were still hovering at around 39,000 when these bets were made. Boom, 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 boom. That is an implied move of 42,000. So all of these would have expired if the price hadn't moved up, 8% within 12 days. That's a huge bet. I mean, somebody knew something here. Somebody knew something in these purchases. And look what happened over the course of from July 27th. You even had a scare here. He was like, uh-oh, am I going to expire worthless? It was even down below that, dropped to 37.7. And then, wouldn't you know it, August 5th rolls around, still around 39. August 5th. Boom. Okay, yeah, you're sitting on August 6th when these are going to expire. Oh, how interesting. Boom. Cracked 42,000. I mean, obviously instant sell. They wanted to offload these options at that point. I mean, look at that. I mean, so they got their money. And now if we go down the line on these, and if they were right, if they're right on these next ones, we're looking at some big moves here. Let's see, the next one, and there's only 2 expiration dates on here. So the next one's August 13th. 46,000 is the top one here. And we got 44, 44, 44. Another 42. So that one's in the money. And that one's sitting pretty right now. We're hovering at 43,200. And 46. So let's look at 44. So another move from here. It cracked 44 yesterday. So let's say they sold out of those. But we're still waiting on these for this person with these bets. They're still doing pretty good on these. So there is a possibility that we won't see them in the money by August 13th. And that is 5 days from now. So what would that have to look like from here is a $3,000 move, right around a $3,000 move. Let's just round to make it easy. We're talking about another 7%. So we could get quite potentially, if this person knows exactly what they were doing and, perhaps they are part of manipulation. Perhaps they just know that there is certain news that is coming out around that time. I don't know how they timed the August 6th one. It's just wild to me. I mean, what happened on August 6th for it to pop up like that? And that was Friday. And nothing really huge happened in the news. There wasn't a huge announcement. They were going to start voting on the cryptocurrency bill in the Senate, but there wasn't any news to the positive. But somehow these big players, or this big player, knew exactly what they were doing, setting that 42,000 bet on August 6th. So I would definitely not be surprised if we don't hit 46,000 by Friday. So what does that all mean? I am a long-term, long-haul Bitcoiner. I'm not selling. These price moves signify to me that we can have earlier adoption much, much quicker. And we can get this world back in balance much, much quicker. And like we're seeing with the cryptocurrency bill, is there's no right and there's no left anymore. It's funny how some of the left politicians And some of the right politicians are kind of clawing for the attention of Bitcoiners and other people in cryptocurrency. But the vast majority of the politicians have their heads so far up their asses, they don't even want to do the basic research on it. So what's happening is Bitcoiners from the left spectrum to the right spectrum are unified in booting the bums out that aren't going to be so friendly. And we're seeing some really weird bedfellows being made. And it's so interesting to watch. And I think it's nothing but positivity for the Bitcoin space. And I know a lot of people are scared out there and they're like, what, what's going to happen? Are they going to come after my Bitcoin? Are they going to come with hard taxes on my Bitcoin? Bitcoin is unbreakable. The Senate can't break Bitcoin. The only thing that it does is create scar tissue. Just like every other time in the past, when people try to break it, it becomes stronger. And therefore, so do we. And today, on the episode, we're going to be talking about time horizon. In the investment world, it's a long time horizon. In the Bitcoin space, it's a low time preference. We have a low time preference. You don't need to be fucking around with trading these dips. You don't need to be this guy that did 53 million worth of Bitcoin calls. That crazy bastard. What you do need to be doing is dollar cost averaging in now before all of this is a rounding error. Do you think people who are holding right now, who bought at $4,000, care about whether they bought at $4,000 or $3,000? Do you think people at $4,000 and $3,000 cared if they bought at $4 or $3? Does it matter at that point? Bitcoin's about to go on an insane run towards the end of the year and into 2022, in my opinion. It's not going to slow down. The bears need to get spanked a couple more times, but they are about to fall in line and start to FOMO buy back at a higher price. I'm sorry, you guys. You're just going to have to do it. Whether you want to buy at 50,000, that's your prerogative. But I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be buying at 65,000. Next all-time highs, you'll be like, now I believe. I wish you would believe right now. I really do. But you're just not there. And that's fine. We'll get you there. Or check you later. Just like the politicians. We will peace out. And we will jump into time horizon.